Hey guys, Supersonic Boom here with a little after Christmas review, and today that review will be on the Sonic Freeriders Tails figure. So I'll be going over the usual topics: boxes, articulation, sculpt, pros and cons, accessories, and warnings. Okay, first up I'll be telling you about the box. Tails looks really cool displayed in his box, shows off the figure well. The box itself is alright. It says his name, the game that the figure is from. On the back it's got an ad for Sonic Freeriders. So nothing too special, but the figure does look good inside the box. Okay, now time to tell you all about the sculpt and paint job. Okay, so everything on Tails looks very nice. His shoes look very cool. They're not missing any paint details anywhere, except for on the bottom where they're not textured or detailed, but it's alright. His gloves are very cool, nice, and in the Freerider style. His goggles look good. His face and his body are both very Tails-like and proportionate, and his tails are also a nice sculpt, same as the old 3-inch Tails. His limbs are a little bit too long, so those are kind of weird looking. And his goggles, I guess, are missing a little bit of silver paint on them. And his board is very good looking. It's got some nice texture directly from the game, but it is missing a few little small areas of silver paint. Overall, very, very nice sculpt and a pretty great paint job. Okay, time to talk about the pros and cons. Okay everybody, I just realized I've been doing something pretty stupid for all of my reviews. I was going boxes, articulation, sculpt, pros and cons, accessories, and then warnings. And I realized that I should probably tell you about the accessories before I do the pros and cons. So that's how things are going to go from now on. So, accessories. Tails has his cool little Sonic Freeriders board, which in my opinion is better than both Sonic and Jet's. It has 2 sets of wheels so that he can roll around on it. So that's a good little accessory right there. He can stand on that and stuff. And then he has some hard to remove goggles. They're easy after you get them off a couple times. And there you go. So some pretty cool accessories come with Tails. Okay, looks like it's time to talk about the pros and the cons of buying this figure. Okay, we'll start out with the pros. Tails has a really great sculpt and a really great paint job. He has lots of articulation, some nice articulation in the tails, and also these nice swivelly joints. And he comes with some cool extra stuff, his goggles and his hoverboard. And now for the cons. Tails is actually pretty expensive. He's like $10.99, so $11 for a 3-inch figure is a little bit over the top. His glasses, or his goggles, as you can see, leave some weird paint marks that don't want to come off on his face, so he only really looks good if he's wearing the goggles. His limbs are kind of strange. They're a little bit too long, and also they've got these weird square rectangular things jutting out of them. Don't know what that's about, but it's not too big of a deal. And he can be a little bit hard to balance because of his heavy tails, but it's definitely not impossible. So last of all, warnings when buying this figure. Make sure when you see it in the store that its paint job looks good, that none of its articulation or any parts of its body look like they're messed up, because a lot of Jazwares figures have that stuff. And also know that when you take off his goggles, there's most likely going to be some paint there. So watch out for that. Otherwise, you should be good. Well everybody, thanks for watching. This has been a Supersonic Boom action figure review, and I hope it helps you to decide whether or not to pick up this figure. Alright, see you guys next time.